On today's Arizona Daily Mix, heading up north for spring break, we'll show you where to make a stop along the way. And we're getting a preview of the upcoming Mariachi and Folklorico Festival this weekend. And we're checking out a stunning home in the Fountain Hills area that's on the market. We've got that and a whole lot more, and it all starts right now. Welcome to the Arizona Daily Mix. I am Brad Perry. Thanks for joining us here on the CW7 Arizona. Teresa is still out and about. Well, no, Teresa's still out, but Lexi is out and about and in the field again, having a hoot of a good time.
I am, Brad. I have my coffee. I'm surprised you didn't mention. I was fully prepared for you to say something about your coffee. But I have mine. And my adorable mug from the Toasted Owl, one of their many collectible mugs. And Brad, you know what time it is. It is time for some jokes. I'm not trivia today, just some jokes. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Owl.
Owl who?
That's right. I made you say who, like an owl. I've got many, but I'll wait. I'll hold them off, okay?
Bring me back a mug. No, bring it back. I don't want to see it. Bring it back.
Oh, bring it back. Okay, I got you. I'll look at another one. This is mine. You can have a different one.
Yeah, and just don't bring those jokes back. All right. Every 2 minutes in the U.S., a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer, and a reminder that early detection matters. This spring, Waco makes 25 years of Fit for the Cure with Susan G. Komen, turning the professional bra fittings into support for critical breast health services. I recently talked with two of the fitting experts with Waco about the upcoming events nationwide.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Waco.
Good morning, Karima and Heather. How are you two doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. All right, Karima, tell us about Fit for a Cure and why this is so important to women.
So this year actually marks 25 years of Waco's partnership with Fit for the Cure for Susan G. Komen. And this spring, we'll be hosting over 360 Fit for the Cure events at department stores nationwide. You'll come in, get a fitting, you'll make a purchase, and Waco donates $5 to Susan G. Komen. It's the perfect day to turn a regular bra fitting into some real support for breast cancer awareness. It's some big support, and it's a big movement.
I know, and it's kind of interesting that we're hearing that 8 out of 10 women are not wearing the proper bra. So tell us a little bit about the story and about your situations and how this is helping you both.
So I would say it's so beneficial to wearing the right size bra. A properly fitted bra will give you that support you need, that comfort we're all looking for, and just have you looking amazing in clothing. I would say signs you need a bra fitting can be your strap sliding, a bra being rising, or just you being overall uncomfortable in the bra. Right, Heather?
Yeah, I mean, I was in my 30s before I got a properly fitting bra. And there's a lot of women that are not wearing the right size bra and have been wearing the same size for many years. And like she said, you want it to feel comfortable. It should not feel uncomfortable, even with a wired bra. So comfort, confidence, and support.
And this is so important, and let's talk about how people can take part in this event this spring, which again helps out everyone.
Yes, you can go to fitforthecure.com to get more information and also to see if there's a location near you that's having a Fit for the Cure event. And when you come in, like Karima had said, you get a complimentary bra fitting, and when you purchase a full price Waco bra, we donate $5 to Susan G. Komen on your behalf. And I would just like to say too, you know, some women are only wearing one bra. And they get a little intimidated, like, well, how many bras should I be wearing? Because I've just been wearing this one for all these years. And we always recommend to get 3 bras, so it's 1 to wear, 1 to rest, and 1 to wash. That way you're rotating your bras, you're getting a little more life out of them. And then once you realize how wonderful these feel, we can start adding to your bra wardrobe. You might need a strapless for an event, or a minimizer, or we have a lot of solutions like back smoothing and lifting bras. So that's just something I like to throw out there. People get a little intimidated. They're like, okay, 3, I can work with that.
And I'll be honest, it's helping me as a man understand now all the styles. So, because we sit there and go, well, why do you have all these bras? But we realize it's actually for their health, and this is for a great cause too. So, where can people find more information?
People can go to fitforthecure.com, and that's where they'll find more information and also be able to see what the closest location to them is to participate.
Perfect. Ladies, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Wackhole.
Later in the show, we'll see where professionals who work remotely can meet up and network. But first, we're checking out a home in Fountain Hills that just went on the market.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Cross Country Mortgage.
There seems to be more and more homes up for sale. Does that mean it's a buyer's market? Well, we'll find out in this week's Property Pulse with mortgage banker Court Crawfoot with Cross Country Mortgage and realtor Lauren English with Sirhan. Good morning, you two.
Good morning, Brad.
So, all right, let's talk houses because that's what everyone's wondering about. So this one that you brought to us is pretty big and beautiful, and in Fountain Hills.
Fountain Hills, it is.
So, all right, tell us about this one.
So it's 15912 East Kim Drive in Fountain Hills. It's on a 15,000 square foot lot. It has a pool, 3-bedroom. Every single bedroom has its own patio exit to the backyard. It's pretty set back. It's pretty unique. Mountain views, ideal for somebody with a small family or a second home.
I love it. All right, let's go inside, talk the kitchen, because that is the gathering point for everybody in their house.
The kitchen was updated 3 years ago. White cabinets, granite countertops. Beautiful. It's not too small, not too big, and it has an exit to the backyard as well.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, you mentioned about the bedrooms having a own patio, so tell me a little more about the bedrooms.
The bedrooms it's a split floor plan. The master is on the right side of the home when you walk in the entry, and then the other bedrooms are on the opposite side.
And they have their own bath too?
Every single bedroom has their own bathroom.
Ooh, so everyone has their own little place. I like this.
No HOA, so it could be also perfect for an Airbnb.
Ooh, I like that. All right, so let's go to the living room. How about the living room?
The living room is open floor plan. There's a dining room with a fireplace in the middle.
Ooh, I like that. The fireplace is very nice in that area. So, all right, let's step outside. The pool, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. The pool is PebbleTech saltwater. It also has a backyard that wraps around, so it's pretty unique.
So I like this. Wow, this is, it's so interesting. People, when they think of Fountain Hills, they just think of the little, pathway. They look to each side and they see the houses on the mountain, but this is just like a beautiful hidden gem. There's more to Fountain Hills than people think.
It is such a hidden gem. I mean, the home is surrounded by $1 million homes and up on hillside lots. It's just an incredible place.
I love it. All right, you said $1 million home, so what's this one gonna run?
So this one is actually priced to sell at $659.
Ooh.
We just reduced it. It was at $680, so it won't last long.
No, not at all, especially in that area. As I said, it's growing, it's nice and easy. What I love too is that you're right there. You can hop on the freeway, go up to Payson or somewhere and relax and come back down, and everything's out there. It's just perfect.
It's beautiful.
So, and it's growing. All right, with that said, Court, let's talk about a buyer's market right now. Am I right?
Man, oh man, this is a steal of a deal, Brad. I am intimately familiar with Fountain Hills. Truthfully, when I moved out here from Kansas, I was too scared to live in the big city. So I had to start in Fountain Hills. So I actually lived there, and it is a true gem. The price, it's going to go quick. A 15,000 square foot lot. Your Scottsdale but a little separated enough that you don't have to be Scottsdale. It's a super cool spot, and you hit it on the nose. It is, I feel, becoming more of a buyer's market. Sellers are aggressively moving property. If they have to move, it's time. Rates are coming down, so it's a good time to buy.
I love it. Also,
it's what we've been waiting for.
I know, and it's kind of interesting. I've gotten little notes or emails regarding tax breaks and stuff when it comes to buying houses, especially for first-time homeowners. And this is a perfect price in a great area.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, especially for that.
I'm seeing this price point move quicker than others.
Yeah, I like that. All right. So with that said, how do people get a hold of you to find out more about the house?
You can follow me on Instagram at Homes by Ingles, or you can reach me at 602-872-0052.
I like it. And then, of course, you, Court.
You betcha, 602-882-5588. And again, want to give a shout out to Inglis with Serhant. They're here. That's the agency from the show, so they know what they're doing. Give them a call.
Owning Manhattan, yes. So. We just had season 2 launched December 5th. So it's been amazing. I love it there.
I love it. This is great. So are we going to see them here sometime? Are we going to maybe?
Possibly.
All right, we'll see. All right. I love it. All right, for more information, scan the QR code on the screen, or if you want to, you can visit our website, cw7az.com.
Excellent. Thank you.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Cross Country Mortgage.
Are you on the hunt for some of the best breakfast in Phoenix? Well, we're going to show you somewhere where you should check it out. Coming up next. We are out here at the Toasted Owl Cafe that just opened up in Paradise Valley. And you may be familiar with the name if you're from up north, because they do have 2 locations up north. With me is Cecily, who is the owner and the founder. She created this thing. Tell me what made you want to open up this place.
Well, I grew up in the industry, and for a while I stepped away from it, and then I decided I would try it again when I was in my 50s, which is amazing that I could pull it off in my 50s. But I decided in a little small. The first owl was only 400 square feet. And I did all the cooking with one other person, and we had a lot of fun. We got too busy and had to grow into a new area, and it just went crazy after that. So I feel really fortunate that we had this time. I'm so excited to be back in Paradise Valley because this is the neighborhood I grew up in, and my children were raised here, so it's kind of fun to come back after 14 years to see how much has developed and how things have changed. But it's a great location.
And people can see all around us there are owls everywhere, which is an ode to the name, of course. What made you say, like, hey, let's name it
Toasted Owl? It started with Harry Potter, with Hedwig during the days when I was teaching was during then. But I was getting owls from the kids, which was really fun. But we decided that when we moved up to Flagstaff and I opened my first place, I just basically had a toaster and a lot of owls. And we decided we'll name it the Toasted Owl. And it's just kind of stuck and taken off on a life of its own.
And you mentioned briefly a little bit about why you came down to the valley. I mean, you have 2 amazing locations up in the Flagstaff area. But what made you want to open here in Paradise Valley? You have one in Uptown Phoenix, but now you're here.
I think the biggest challenge in any restaurant is to be able to grow and be consistent and have the same population that you have, which makes it really difficult but rewarding at the same time. And I wanted to kind of come back home. I've been gone for a long time, over a decade, and I thought, I've survived Flagstaff, I'm going to survive Phoenix.
Of course. And so we're looking at all the owls that you have around here. How have you collected all these owls?
We go everywhere. We go all over the United States. People send them to us. We buy them everywhere we go. I've been literally, this summer we're going to go to probably South and North Dakota and that part of the United States this year. We just load up my Sprinter van and we go on the road and we buy owls everywhere that we can find them. And that has taken a life of its own. When we go into antique shops, they're like, oh, the owl lady. So that's been fun. And everyone has an owl story. That's what I found traveling across. Everyone tells me, oh, I have an owl that reminds me of my sister.
So that's so special.
Yeah.
And people can purchase what's in here.
Yes, everything's for sale. The chairs, the tables, the plates, the cups, the t-shirts, all of the swag is for sale. The lamps are for sale. They're all vintage. I think the vintage lamps are one of my favorite things. So it's been really fun to see the ones you can get. And some of them you just can't find anymore, which makes me sad, like the rain oil lamp. Those are really difficult to find now. Those were the coolest things back in the 70s. But we're excited. We have two this year.
That's amazing. And so we're sitting in front of some amazing food, of course. We're talking owls, we're talking wide open, but of course everyone comes here for the food. Can you tell me a little bit about what we're looking at?
This is a new to us this year is the chili Keeley's, which I was really excited to put on. This is the Route 66. It's the 100-year anniversary of the Route 66 across Arizona. So we wanted to do a little homage to the fact that we're on Route 66 in Flagstaff, and it is going across the country, so I think it's really important for us to celebrate. This is our Spanish omelet, one of our best sellers. It's just stuffed with chorizo and really spicy. It's wonderful.
Amazing.
Here's our burrito. We do not make a small burrito. We want you to at least eat half and take the rest home, I guess. I don't know. But this is our burrito, of which you can have several different kinds of options of what you want in your burrito, so it works out well. And then this is our giant pancake that we have. I love pancakes, so I'm forever always trying to find the best pancake mix, and they seem to do really well.
And before we have to wrap, we should mention that people can come and get some coffee and some collectible mugs.
Yes.
And so you guys can come and buy these, correct?
Yes, you can. You can buy any of the mugs, any of the t-shirts, all of it's for sale. It kind of is fun for me because the more inventory I sell, the more I get to shop. So,
of course. And if someone wants to come visit you guys in your new location, where are you located?
We are located in the REI Plaza in Paradise Valley, right across the street from Paradise, the old Paradise Valley Mall, and Target and REI.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And as always, you can head to the cw7az.com for more information. And we're going to have more for you on the mix right after this.
All right. Thank you so much for being here and inviting us to be on your show. Thank you.
All right, and welcome to the second half of the Arizona Daily Mix. I call it the best half because we got so much more to come for you. Now, if you work remotely, you can be hard to meet people, right? Well, there's a place to go to meet networks, and it's pretty cool. Check it out. Okay, are you ready to take working from home, out of working from home to the next level? Well, it's Empire Scottsdale, really cool place. And this is Ed and your partners pretty much have brought the workplace into a whole new light, a whole new way. We see these different little pod places and stuff, but you guys made Empire Scottsdale to be more, how can I say, state-of-the-art, more friendly, more inspiring. How'd you guys come up with this idea?
Well, I really appreciate the kind words. And yeah, basically, we all work remotely. We are all trapped at home. It's isolating, it's lonely, it's not good for our mental health. We decided we needed to create a space to solve this problem. It's not a problem unique to Scottsdale. I think it's a problem all over the country. And the world needs more places like this where people can come together, get out of the house, and work together, make new friends, be part of a community.
Yeah, well, what I love is that I will not name any places, but they kind of are kind of sterile. They're kind of like, again, like you're back working in, the corporate world. Here you make it so you're almost working from home, but you're still meeting people. So tell me about the quiet room over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we don't want it to be like a bustling coffee shop. That's one of the problems that people have when they work remotely. This side, it's mandatory that they remain quiet. Conference pods, conference rooms, lots of spaces. People can take meetings if they got to get on a call or anything. But it's really appreciated that people have a space that they can get some peace and quiet and still be out of the house.
Yeah, well, also I love too, you have a great back patio area too, where people can go out and stretch out and enjoy our nice weather here in Arizona when it happens. Tell me a little about that area.
Yeah, for sure. As you said, we live in one of the best states ever weather-wise, plus we're dog friendly. So having a couple of patios is really great for folks. It's great to get some fresh air, pace around when you're on a call for work, just be outside.
So we've seen the little quiet area where the work goes on, but there's another area that gets you very much creative juices going, and that is, I kind of like want to call it the game room, or what do we call that?
We kind of call it loosely the entertainment hall because there's all kinds of fun stuff that you can participate in. These crazy interactive dartboards, I like to describe it as Topgolf for darts, giant pool table, big TV, lots of cool stuff, and people are encouraged to be loud and socialize and have fun in there.
Let's go check it out.
Absolutely.
All right, Ed, wow, this is pretty cool. All right, tell me about this area.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is our entertainment hall, and we have lots of cool stuff that people can enjoy when they're not working. For instance, these dartboards. These are interactive dartboards with cameras embedded in them, and you can play games on them and stuff. They're truly unique.
And then pool table, music, everything goes on here.
Yeah, giant pool table. Got a player piano over there. Got this wall just jam-packed with sewing machines and typewriters. The idea being tools of creation. This is where people go to build their own empire, and we want them to feel inspired. We want them to see cool things like this to get them worked up and enthused about what they're doing.
You also have a coffee bar here, not one but two, which are pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We got coffee all day long, one of the most important things to have at a co-working space, and a little micro market over there for light snacks and stuff. We just want people to feel like they're at home, where they have all the amenities that they've got in their living room.
Yeah, what I also love too, and I think someone's in there right now, but you also have a podcasting booth here, which is pretty cool that people can use. So everything you have is underneath one roof for those who are influencers, those who want to take their business to a next level.
Yeah, right on. And I'm glad you brought up the podcast studio, because that's kind of a neat thing where we didn't know we needed it. Our members just kept saying, hey guys, what would be really cool if you built a podcast studio? So we listened. We always take feedback and we try to incorporate it and make the place as great as we possibly can.
All right, we got to talk about how you also give back to the community in this space here in a lot of different ways. One is that you have people are able to connect in here and work together, but also I like where you love to do fundraising for the different charities around the valley.
Yeah. One of the ways we build community and put our money where our mouths are is by supporting local charities, dog shelters, women's professional networking organizations. We do all that stuff right here. We do roughly 10 events a year, and they're always centered around giving back to some sort of good cause.
I like it. Okay, let's talk about members and membership here. How does that work?
Yeah, so we've got several different tiers, and they give you access to the building at different times and different conference room rental credits and all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah.
I like it. All right, so how can people find out more about Empire Scottsdale?
EmpireScottsdale.com, or our Instagram is @EmpireScottsdale.
I like that. All right, let's go get some coffee.
I'm down.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Out of Africa Wildlife Park.
Spring break is coming up, so why not make a family field trip to Out of Africa up north?
Behind me is a tiger named Exodus, and Adam has just warned me, hey, maybe don't lean on the fence. So I'm going to be very conscientious of that during this interview. Thank you so much for talking to us. This is one of the most gorgeous creatures I've ever seen up close. Tell me about this tiger.
Yeah, so Exodus is one of our youngest tigers here at the park. He's going to be 3 years old, not until October, so he's about 2.5. And he's going to be playing in Tiger Splash today. So Tiger Splash is our show that we do every day at 1:15. And it's just a time for them to have fun. There's no training for them or anything like that. It's just for them to come on down. We actually make sure that their toys are exactly what they want. There's no clickers or whistles. It's just them being tigers and us working with them. And so he has a lot of fun in the arena, and so it should be a fun show today.
So Tiger Splash is a show that's here every day?
Mm-hmm. Every day that we're open, yeah. So the only day that we don't do Tiger Splash is Thanksgiving and Christmas.
So how close have you gotten to Exodus?
Inside there with him.
You go inside there?
Yeah, in a little bit we're going to be in there, myself and a couple of other keepers. We're going to be in there working with him with his specific toys, running alongside of him, going in with him into the pool and everything like that. And yeah, it's a lot of fun interacting with these guys in this way.
What does his diet look like these days? I know he's a growing boy.
Yeah, he gets
still a cub.
He gets a lot of food. This boy gets 16 pounds 3 times a week. Of course, he gets little snacks.
What's that sound mean, Adam?
So that is just kind of like, it's just kind of like a little whine that, he
wants to play.
He's expecting something either from us or, he's just kind of talking to us right now, like, are you going to give me something? Or just kind of checking out what's going on over here.
I feel like he knows his playtime is coming with the show.
Mm-hmm. So So when we were transporting him here, the way that we actually transport him specifically is we actually have a vehicle, a van that actually backs right up to his habitat, and he just hops right in. As soon as he sees that van, he gets excited. He knows I'm going to the arena. I'm going to have some fun. So he knew he was coming on down as soon as he hopped into the arena. He's excited, and we're going to get him up on the bridge here pretty soon, so that way we can get on in, do our stretches, and get ready to run with the tiger.
I know you have about 100 acres out here and out of Africa. 200 acres, actually. This is a huge, beautiful property. It's nothing like a zoo. Tell me about the different experience for a tiger like Exodus.
Yeah, so of course we appreciate that and especially that you noticed that. So we measure our habitats in acres. We don't necessarily measure them, by feet. And really what that allows them to do, they can be up where people are. A lot of people do get to see our animals and, walking around and doing different things. They have, structures, shade structures that are visible to the public. So if they choose to be there, great. If not, if they want to go to the back of their habitat or anything like that, just kind of be relaxed or find some shade. It's a great, really.
Adam, he's talking to you.
Yeah,
he's
like,
definitely talking to you. He's like, why are you talking to the lady during my playtime? So he's a very playful animal. I know you know him really well. What's this guy like?
Oh, he is very fast, and hopefully we'll see it today. What he loves to do, we call them pings. That's where he runs up the fence vertically and jumps off the fence.
Oh, I hope I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can come see Exodus and all the animals here. There's a show daily at 1:15.
1:15 every day.
Thank you so much, Exodus. It's been a pleasure. You're a gorgeous animal. Thank you for letting me interrupt your playtime.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Out of Africa Wildlife Park.
This weekend, Phoenix celebrates Mexican music, dance, and visual arts with 2 days of cultural events. And here to tell us about the 3rd annual Phoenix Mariachi and Folklorico Festival and other events happening this weekend is Vanessa Ramirez with Calle de Arizona.
Yes.
I say there, Calle de Arizona. There you go. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Okay, this is awesome because I thought the Mariachi Folklorico Festival is like a competition, but it's not. It is a day of celebrating and seeing some amazing performances.
It is. It's a cultural celebration. We're going to have tons of fun. We have mariachi music. We have performers, baile folklorico, a lot going on.
I like it. And it kicks off Friday evening with First Friday.
Yes, we have First Friday Fiesta because, we got a fiesta all weekend long, a free event at the Herberger Theater from 6 to 9. We'll have local mariachi and we'll have local performers as well. Dancers, we'll have food truck, we'll have lots of vendors, and then the main event on Saturday.
Yeah, let's talk about the main event because this is something that you definitely want to get tickets to. Also, you want to get tickets to the VIP area.
Of course. You don't want to miss the VIP for sure.
Yeah, I love it. So for Saturday night, what's going to be taking place?
So at 5 o'clock, we start our VIP reception with a meet and greet with the artists and Tequila Herradura. So we have a live tasting there with Tequila Herradura, who's our main sponsor. And that just kind of gets you warmed up. And the concert starts at 7 p.m. We have Grammy award-winning Mariachi Los Camperos coming in as our headliner. Wow. We have Mariachi Nuevo Azteca from Tucson. And then we have dancers from Ballet Folklorico Quetzali. And of course, our special guest, our singer, Alan Ponce.
Oh my goodness, this is so amazing and all the different people. And then you brought a special guest with you today. Who do we have here?
Yes, this is our singer, Alan Ponce, who's going to be there, of course. We're super excited to have him.
I love it. This is great. Let's talk about this performance of yours because this is a family tradition. This is something that's carried down from generation to generation, am I right?
Of course, whether it be through appreciating mariachi music or actually getting to perform it on stage, it's a beautiful tradition, and it's something that us as mariachi singers, we have to put our grain of salt to maintain that tradition with the future generations.
And do you have your own songs you do, or are you doing traditional songs that have been passed down?
I'm doing both traditional and I also have my own production that I recorded. I'll be doing my main single, which I'll be singing here today for you guys. So It's going to be something wonderful that we're preparing.
Oh, this is so great. All right, what's the single called?
So it's called Sin Más Ni Más. It's in Spanish.
Meaning?
There's many different meanings to it. I've heard one of them is without further ado.
Without further ado.
Yeah.
I like that. Without further ado. I love without further ado. Take it away.
All right. Thank you.
Ayer se fue, jamás me dijo que se iba, jamás nombró me dejaría, solamente no es mía, sabe Dios la de quién. Sin más ni más, desaparece como el viento. No siente ni un remordimiento, fallé con el intento de su mente atrapar. Sin más ni más, solo me deja, solo se va, solo se va, sin avisar.
The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Doctor's Best.
Recent data released from the American Heart Association says that heart disease continues to be the #1 killer of Americans. As a result, estimated 92 million Americans take life-saving statins. And if you are taking them. Good morning, doctor. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Great. Well, first, before we begin any of the talk, let's talk about what is COQT and how important it is to, of course, the heart health.
Yeah, so coenzyme Q10 is a compound that's essential for our muscles to make energy, right? We need coenzyme Q10 in order for our muscles to make energy and to function. And the highest concentration of coenzyme Q10 is found in the heart. Most people don't realize or think about the heart as a muscle, but it is not an organ, it's a muscle. And it's also present in other muscles throughout our body. The issue with coenzyme Q10 is as we age, the levels drop. The other challenge with coenzyme Q10 is statins, which are the most commonly prescribed medication for high cholesterol and super important to reduce heart disease risk. Actually, a third of Americans, or 90 million Americans, I believe, are on a statin because heart disease is the #1 killer. They're really good at lowering cholesterol. They also inadvertently, accidentally lower our coenzyme Q10 levels as well.
Wow, this is such an incredible thing we don't know about. So let's talk about the study results a little bit. I know you mentioned something, numbers there, but tell us about these results that they're seeing.
Yeah, so this was a study conducted by Doctor's Best, which is a leading supplement company. They found that 60% of the respondents to the survey didn't even know their heart disease risk. Even though heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, both in men and in women, one person dies every 35 seconds from heart disease, right? And 60% of the survey respondents didn't even know their risk. The other thing it found that was interesting was that 50% of Gen Zers that responded were worried about their heart. And they cited that they had chronically elevated stress levels that they were worried were contributing. And that 17% of those Gen Z survey respondents, now these are people less than the age of 30, they were taking a statin, which means that at some point, right, they were tested for their cholesterol and they got placed on therapy because they were at risk for heart disease or already had heart disease. So this is concerning, right? We're seeing it impact younger and younger people. This isn't just, heart disease kills people in their 60s and 70s. It's something for my grandparents to worry about, right? It's affecting all of us.
What steps do people take to decrease the heart disease risk?
So the first step is awareness, right? We got to know whether or not we're at risk at all, whether this is something to be concerned about. And so it's not just about getting your blood pressure, your cholesterol checked, or check for diabetes. That's important, but we've actually gotten a lot smarter and we've got more diagnostic tests available. So I'm going to give you 3 tests that you should discuss having done with your doctor, right? And researching on your own. One is called an ApoB test. That's actually a more accurate predictor of your bad cholesterol than LDL, which is normally the villain. The bad cholesterol is your LDL cholesterol. Well, ApoB is a smaller molecule, and it's actually more predictive of heart disease risk. The second test, and this is just a one-time test, is called the A test. And this actually looks at your lifetime risk. How likely am I to have heart disease now or in the future? And then the third test is something called an HSCRP test, which is a marker of kind of cardiac or heart inflammation. So those are 3 tests. Research, have a conversation with your doctor. You could even do a walk up to a laboratory and directly order those tests online. So that's really important, understanding your risk. The second thing is understanding that if you are on a statin or even if you aren't, that correlation with coenzyme Q10, which is essential for our heart function, right? And considering supplementation, I'm a fan of Doctor's Best. That's what I take. It's a highly bioavailable, good quality supplement. Have that conversation with your doctors. Coenzyme Q10 right for me. Certainly have it if you're taking a statin, right? Because we know it doesn't just get lower with age, it also gets lower with statin use. So that's important, right? Just being that smart consumer, showing up empowered. And then the third piece is always eating whole foods and not having the ultra-processed foods, and also physical activity and strength training. People say that all the time, but I want to add this other element of it, which is do that within a community context. So I always say to my patients, hey, if you want to start on like eating healthier, maybe start a potluck with your neighbors where everybody, do a healthy eating challenge where everyone brings in a healthy food from the Mediterranean diet. Don't do it in isolation, because it ultimately, we put stress and pressure on ourselves, right? To eat healthy. I got to eat healthier. I got to be better. Maybe I won't go out to eat with my friends because I'll be eating unhealthy foods. No, let's reframe that and actually do it within the context of community. Same thing with exercise, like after you eat, go for, a post-meal walk, bring a buddy with you, bring a neighbor with you, join a class, a gym class, a strength training class with people, with friends. I think that's so incredibly important in this age of social isolation, which we know is an independent risk factor for mortality, to engage in those activities and things with your friends, with your neighbors, with your family.
Doctor, you're so right. This past weekend, I went to a friend's house. They had pizza and wings. I brought green beans. And guess what took over?
There you go.
The green beans.
Beans.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it.
There you go. Doctor, where can we find more information about what we've been talking about?
You can check out doctorsbest.com and follow me, Dr. Tanya, on social media.
Perfect. Doctor, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Doctor's Best.
Teresa recently sat down with Sharon Lechter from the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book series for some finance tips. Find out what they are next.
Sharon Lechter is the co-author of 15 internationally best-selling Rich Dad, Poor Dad books. Her most recent work, How Money Works for Women, is out now. She joins us today with 5 financial basics that we all need to know, especially at a moment when the country is teetering on a recession. Money is tight for so many. Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be with you.
Well, we're talking, and actually your first tip is that talking about money is essential. I feel like a lot of us were raised to think that it's rude to talk about.
We have scarcity mindsets because we don't talk about it. You grow up and you hear things like money doesn't grow on trees, pinch your pennies, save for a rainy day. Those are all negative statements. And so as a young child, you're hearing money negative, money negative, money negative. No wonder we develop a mindset of scarcity. We're afraid we're never going to have enough money. We get very emotional about money. And then when we actually start having some success, we're afraid we're going to lose it. So we have to deal with that negative mindset first and turn that into an abundance mindset.
Well, there's also knowing where you are financially. And I think for a lot of us, bills are auto-debited. There's a lack of clarity. Maybe we kind of don't want to know. If I pulled 10 women off the street at any given moment and said, how much is in your savings account right now? How much is in your brokerage account right now? They might not have an answer exactly.
Well, about 15 years ago, when I wrote my first woman-only book, Think and Grow Rich for Women, I had a birthday party somebody threw for me, and there were 12 of my closest friends. And I was doing a little research, and I said, how many of you sign your tax returns without knowing what's in them? All but one raise their hand. The one that does know it was a single woman owning her own business. And so she knew what was in the tax return. And that was so startling to me because it kind of goes hand in hand with that fear, that mindset about money. you figure if you just put your head in the sand,
Right.
you don't have to deal with it. I'll deal with it later. And that's such a problem. You have to start talking about money, you start educating yourself about money, and figure out where you are today. And even if the picture is bleak, you're going to feel better because at least you know. Part of it is taking control, and you can't control it if you don't know where you are.
If you want to get from point A to point B, you have to know the exact coordinates of point A. And that's what you're saying.
Yeah, my dad said, map doesn't do you any good if you don't know where you are and where you want to go.
Exactly.
So kind of the same thing. You got to figure out where you are financially, and then one step at a time. You know, I tell people it's not what you do for your paycheck that determines your financial future. It's what you do with your paycheck that determines your financial future. And all of us are where we are today because of the choices we made before today. And if we want something different, something better, you start making different choices. I know before the show we were talking about the decision to be in control of your finances is so important. And when you have a partner, you have to have that money talk to be able to make a determination to move together into the future.
Well, we always hear about if you don't have your Starbucks every day, you can be rich in 10 years. It's become a trope. But one of your tips is to eliminate the unnecessary. How do you know what's unnecessary?
Well, by opening your eyes. So do you want to go out to dinner with friends and spend $400 on your dinner, or would you rather have them over and have a barbecue in your backyard and spend $40 and take that $360 and start investing it? It's a choice. With every dollar you get in your hand, are you going to let it go away, or are you going to keep it and have it invest for you? Because when you turn that money into an asset, my favorite word on earth, by the way, asset, that asset starts working for you. And you're financially free when the income from your assets exceed your monthly expenses. That means you're not fighting for a paycheck. Your assets are working for you. And so every single dollar. Now, women in particular, we have this issue called compulsive shopping.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah,
with that phrase.
So I used to go in to buy one top, and I'd end up with 6, right?
Oh, get it in every color, Sharon.
And then I would realize when I was going to give things away, I was giving things away with tags on them. I said, okay, I got to stop this. I teach this stuff. I have to walk the talk. And so I created my own little 2-minute rule, and it's in the book, where I said I go and I still get that desire to buy more things, and I just walk away from them for 2 minutes, my 2-minute rule, and it gives you a time to separate the emotion from reality. And half the time, more than half the time, I don't go back and buy them, but sometimes I do. But I've given the process and the thought of saying this: how many times have you bought something and you never find anything to go with it, right?
Yes. What are you wearing it with? Okay, I'm so sad that we can't talk for longer. Your other 2 tips: make a plan, set goals, save and invest more money. If you want to know more about those, which you should, you can invest in what will be an asset to you. It's How Money Works for Women. It's available now wherever you find books. I learned so much.
And if you go to my website, SharonLechter.com, I'll autograph it for you. So
how about that? Now it's really an asset. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a delight.
For joining us this morning. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be getting the latest spring deals online, and we're going to be checking out the big barbecue festival in Chandler. And Alan, where can we find you for this weekend?
Yeah, so you can find us, come and join us for the 3rd annual Mariachi and Folklorico Festival at Herberger Theater. You can get your tickets at herbergertheater.org, and that's this Saturday, March 7th. Doors open at 7 p.m.
There you go. More information, you can head over to the CW7AZ.com. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Content segments on the Arizona Daily Mix were paid for by Wackhole, Out of Africa Wildlife Park, Cross Country Mortgage, and Doctor's Best.